Hey class, it's Mrs. Matheson here. I'm not here to be with you today, but I am here to give you notes. So let's get into writing inequalities. So just a refresher, we have our less than or equal to, greater than or equal to inequalities here. We are going to be doing word problems, but there's some extra stuff there. Give me a moment. All right, so we're taking the word problems and we're just writing our inequalities. So it's not much different than what we have been doing with writing equations and graphing inequalities. So Hannah has a budget of $30 a month for lunch. On most days she brings her lunch. She can also buy lunch at the cafeteria or at fast food restaurant. She spends an average of $3 for lunch at the cafeteria, an average of $6 for lunch at a restaurant. How many times a month can Hannah buy her lunch and remain within her budget? So she has $30 total to be able to spend. Okay, so she cannot spend more than that. She can spend equal to 30 or less than 30. So I'm going to use my X as my cafeteria lunch, and Y is out at the restaurant. So she spends $3 per cafeteria lunch plus $6 per restaurant lunch. So it's in standard form, so we need to go ahead and solve for y to be able to make it into slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract my 3x to both sides. 6y is less than or equal to negative 3x and 30 are not like terms, so negative 3x plus 30. And now we divide by 6 to get the y by itself. So y is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 5. And so let's go ahead and graph that. We have our 5, our y-intercept, and we're going to go down 1 and to the right 2 because the 2 is positive. Down 1 and to the right 2. And keep going all the way through my graph. This is going to be a solid line because it has that equals to. Okay, and we are going to shade below my line. So what this means is all of the points that are in that shaded area are possible solutions for Hannah to be able to stay on budget. Let's say she decides she's going to go to the cafeteria 4 times and eat at the restaurant once. So if I plug that into my inequality, so 3 times 4 plus 6 times 1, 3 times 4 gives me 12 plus 6, so she's only spending $18. She's still within budget. You could even pick a point that is on the line and still stay within budget. Let's say we pick this point. She goes to the cafeteria 10 times, so 3 times 10, she spends $30. She's still within her budget. All right, so I know I'm going through these problems for you. Please, please, please pause the video so you can write down what I have up on there. Rosa Padilla sells radio advertising in 30-second and 60-second time slots. During every hour, there are up to 15 minutes available for commercials. How many commercial slots can she sell for 1 hour of broadcasting? So up here it says X is the value of 30 seconds and Y is for 60. So I'm just going to jot, there's a 30-second and there's 60-second. Now the other thing we need to pay attention to is this gives us it in 15 minutes, but the commercials come in 30-second slots. So we can do this equation 2 different ways. One, I could write as in my seconds, 30 seconds times how many spots I'm going to sell, plus 60 seconds times how many 60-second ones, and 15 times 60. I'm going to end up with 900 total seconds. Now, I cannot go over that 900, but I can go equal to that 900, so I have less than or equal to. The other way you could do it is change your 30 seconds and your 60 seconds into minutes. So you could have said 0.5x plus 1y. So 0.5 is half a minute, and y is 1, and less than or equal to 15. Okay, go ahead and pause the video here, and I want you guys to graph it. And then once you restart the video, then I will have it graphed for you. All right, so either equation, when you did either one, it would simplify to y is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 15. And I have that graphed up there. It's a solid line because it's equal to and it's shaded below. All right, so I want you guys to try this one all completely on your own. I'll read it to you. Lee Cooper writes and edits short articles for a local paper. It takes her about an hour to write an article and about half an hour to edit an article. If Lee works up to 8 hours in a day, how many articles can she write and edit in one day? So I want you to use writing articles on the x-axis and edit articles on the right or the vertical axis. Now she has 8 hours. It takes 1 hour to write and half an hour to edit. So go ahead and pause here, and when you come back, I will have your equation and I'll have your graph to double check. All right, how did you guys do with this one? When you simplified, it ended up like that. Some of you now may have written 1x plus 0.5y is less than or equal to 8, so leaving it all in hours. Some of you might have switched it to minutes, so 60x plus 30y is less than or equal to 240, and both of them gave you the same answer. All right, let's go to the back side of the worksheet. Coach Washington wants to take her softball team out for pizza and pop. Each large pizza costs $12 and each pitcher of pop costs $3. If she doesn't want to spend more than $60, now we're going to write an inequality and graph it. So again, I want you to take time to pause the video and work on this problem, check with your table partner, and then come back. All right, so in this one, there was really only one way to write your inequality. 12x, which x is our pizza, times or plus 3y, which is our pitcher of pop, is less than or equal to 60. And when you put that into slope-intercept form, we have y is less than or equal to negative 4x plus 20. And there's the graph. All right, and then at Six Flags in Chicago, there's a flat admission fee of $25. For every special attraction that you want to go on, it costs $5. Let Y represent the total cost of your trip to Six Flags. Write and graph an inequality representing this situation. So in this one, it's a little bit different because our Y is our total cost, and we want our budget, how much we spend to be less than or equal to our total cost. This one we kind of fudge a little bit on inequality versus equation, but we want to get the practice with the inequalities. All right, so you're going to automatically pay $25 to go, and you're going to pay $5 per that extra special attraction that you're going to see. So there is our inequality. If we go up by, let's say my y-axis is going to be my total cost, and my x is my number of special attractions. Okay, so on the bottom, I'm just going up by ones for every line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to mark 5, 1, 2, 4. I'm going to mark 10. Okay, and then on the side, I'm actually going to go up by 5s. No, maybe I can go up by 1s. Okay, so if I go up by 1s, I'm going to run out of space real quick. So I'm going to go up by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so my y-intercept is 25, and I go up 5. So if every line is 5 and over 1, I have a very nice and simple slope with this. All right, so my line's going to go that way, and I'm going to shade below. All right, last one. The National Honor Society is doing a fundraiser dance at RPHS. It costs $125 for the DJ admission, and admission is $6. Write and graph an inequality to represent the total money Y that the National Honor Society could raise. Remember, we have to pay back the DJ. So we are making $6 per person that comes in, and X is our how many people come in. We are paying back the DJ, so it's a negative 125. Okay, and we have y is less than or equal to. Your graph, I know, is just this one quadrant here. So what I want you to actually do is in your graph, I'm going to just make a tweak. Okay, so this is what your graph looks like. I want you to add in a line about halfway through. Okay, and go ahead and graph on here. If you go down by fives, no, go down by tens on my y. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And then my very bottom line is 130. Okay, so my y-intercept is down at negative 125. Now here, I'm going up by 6, but if every line is worth 10, and I'm going up by 6, that makes it difficult. So if I actually change my rate into 60 over 10, that's the same thing as 6 over 1. So I'm going to count every horizontal as a 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I can say I can go up 60 and end over 10. And I can go up another 60 and go to the right 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm ending right about there. Okay, so I'm not going to make any profit until I'm at like 21 people. All right, you have a worksheet to complete for tomorrow. If you have questions, I'll answer those at the beginning of the hour, and then tomorrow we'll do some review, and then we'll take a quiz just purely on writing and graphing inequalities. So just a couple of things. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.